Welcome back, guys. We are Formation Alpha. I'm Brandon Castellanos.
I'm Castillo.
I'm Jenny Galindo.
And I'm Jerry Galindo.
Alright, guys, we have a lot to talk about today. But before we begin, I do want to bring up this again, our raffle on the Scarlet Solo. So again, the first 100 subscribers will be eligible to enter this raffle. But make sure your subscription settings are set to public, not private. If they're set to private, we cannot see you. We can get a number on how many subscribers we have, but we can't see who subscribed to us. So be sure to do that so we can have a fair raffle. Now, man, we have a lot to talk about today. You want to inform him?
Yeah, sure. So we're going to talk about Rick and Morty Episode 2 and a lot of San Diego Comic-Con trailers. So the new Thor Ragnarok trailer, new Justice League trailer, Stranger Things trailer, Infinity War leaked trailer, and Ready Player One trailer.
Okay.
I feel like I got deja vu all of a sudden.
Yeah, weird.
Okay. So the first one, oh my god, Rick and Morty. All right. So the first, the second episode premiered.
Yes.
So
On Sunday,
thoughts,
last Sunday.
Kyle?
I'm just gonna say it. I loved it because Mad Max. I'm a big fan of the Mad Max movies, and I just love the Mad Max theme. And when I first saw when they transported to that world, I'm like, is it Mad Max? It's like, yep, that's Mad Max. They're being chased in the desert again. It's like, yes. I knew it. I was just looking forward to that one.
Yeah, like I'm a what do you call it? I hadn't seen that the concept. I haven't seen a lot to the new season. I think the only thing I saw to it was the pickle episode. I saw the concept art to it. Yeah, so when I saw the teaser to that, I was like, okay, I'm like, oh my god, this is the episode I've been looking forward to, and I'm glad it's early on in this season.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Did you guys stay after the credits to the episode?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Where Jerry gets mugged by the wolf.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the wind. It's just the wind is like perfect in this. It's just like every. I felt bad for Jerry because in the first episode, in the first season, second season, they kind of make you paint Rick as some like horrible person for telling Beth like, get rid of this guy, he's garbage, and all he's doing is risking our family. So from the viewer's perspective, I'm like, yeah, get rid of this guy. Who cares about him? I don't see no human in him.
Yeah.
Oddly, that kind of sums up my childhood. But anyways, so I'm just like, okay, but then you see the dark side in this new episode because then it sets in that he's moving, and like Rick's like, don't come in because I set all of the robots to kill you. You're whitelist now. Yeah. And I'm just like, damn, this is like so sad. Like I felt like it really gave him human this episode, which like the last episodes didn't at all. Like the past seasons, it was kind of just like, here's this guy that's always trying to like ruin the party, and all he's doing is just like trying to keep his family safe or whatever. And then now this one, you're kind of like, oh crap, it's like, it's real. Like what's happening is like, he's moving out. He's not gonna like be able to see his children probably. And yeah, Morty's like sad.
I think what gets me is they wrote that episode to where Jerry you can tell he's trying hard to keep it together, and it's sad.
It is
I don't
really
know,
sad.
but
I'm just waiting for the day where he actually breaks down.
I know it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
Well, I think I said this before, but Rick and Morty is one of those shows that I get extremely emotional with, and I cry so much. And it's hard to describe that to friends because they just see a cartoon and they probably think it's going to be like South Park or something. And it's hard because, it's like, it's so much more than that. Like, there's some parts in the seasons where I'm just like, this is beautiful. Like, it just shows that you could get just as much emotion in live action than you can in actual, like, cartoon 2D animation.
Yeah, I was telling Jenny the first episode that got me thinking, okay, this show is not what I expected, was the one where, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free, but they essentially destroy their world, and the only way they can't even fix it. They have to they say screw it, and they go to another world or a different dimension where they just take their places there. And I think that was such a deep episode because the way it ends, Morty's he's like still processing what just happened. And I remember that episode ending and thinking, oh my, this show is deep. The show is a lot more. I was not ready for that. This show was a lot deeper than I expected.
And but it transcends this episode because they mentioned that part at the end of the season. They basically have to do at the end of that episode. It's called like the Cronenberg episode because all the Cronin they mess up the genome of the human race on this planet. And basically they have to do something at the end in the backyard. I'm not going to spoil it because really, if you're new to this series, you need to see this part. But let's just say they dig something in the backyard. In future episodes, they go back to that. Or if you see outside the house, you see that in the background. You see the burial or whatever in the background.
I like that about the show because it brings back any problem they face in earlier episodes. They're brought back in later episodes.
And you never see that.
Yeah, I thought like things you think they'd completely undermine.
Yeah.
So that's why the show really sticks out to me. And I think a lot of people, when they first see maybe a trailer to the new season or any trailers they might have seen, they get this vibe that it's a stupid comedy, which to an extent it is, but it's so much. It goes so much deeper than that, and I think people should give the show a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it bothers me when people say like the show's overhyped, and it's like, I mean, it's overhyped for a reason.
Who said that?
I saw
I want to know who said that.
something on Facebook.
Yeah.
And
I want my pitchfork.
It was actually, I told you, some girl put post your unpopular opinions and something like that. And somebody was like, Rick and Morty is overrated, and everybody was like, agree. And I was just, I don't know. I was like, okay.
If anything, it's
I like
underrated. I don't see that much coverage on this.
I feel like it blew up recently.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys hadn't seen it till like recently, right?
And I thank you and Brian for introducing us to this show because Jenny, you showed Jenny it, and then I think you told her like, hey, if you just watch the first episode, and if you want to see it, then you like it.
You showed me a clip. You showed me one clip. I don't know what clip it was, and I was like, oh my god, I need to see this show. Like, that was so funny.
And you tried to tell me to watch it, and I was like, no, Jen, I have a lot of, at the time I was like watching a lot of animes and stuff. I was like, I have a lot of stuff on like a pile of stuff. I do not want to see a stupid show that has no story, and it's just a waste of time, and I don't want to see it. And you were like, please, and you sat me down, you were like, look at this episode,
Just
please.
watch one episode, and
I was like, fine. And then I just saw it, and I was like, I think the one part that I liked a lot was like the seeds, where he's like, you have to put this seed in your butt.
Way up your butt, buddy. Way up your butt.
Yeah, I can't do it because it'll fall right out. Mine's used out. I was like, okay, this is my humor.
And then they play on to that too. They go to that big metal detector, and he's
Hi
like,
there, we got a detector that detects stuff in your butt from Morty.
yeah.
And he's like, it's brand new. It's a brand new detector. We just got it this morning. I was like, oh my god.
So I can please on to that. Now, I think this would be interesting to bring up. Where would you guys hope this season would go, or what would you want to be shown in this episode, in this current season?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I like that they keep the humor and like the sadness. It's really like intertwined in all the seasons, and I just hope they keep that because there's episodes where like they're super funny, and then at the end I was like sobbing, like the Unity episode.
Oh my god!
I was so heartbroken.
I know.
No.
And who was saying? When you guys said this season, you heard this was going to be like their darkest season, or one of like the darkest seasons?
It's in the trailer.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, Rick's like, this is the darkest season we're gonna have.
Oh,
Morty.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
the darkest adventure we're gonna have, Morty.
Unity, the Unity episode, just to pull back, as someone that's never been in a relationship before and kind of never wants to be in a relationship before, I mean, I would classify myself as like asexual just because I find no like desire to be with someone else. That episode still like hit me hard.
Yeah.
Like seeing, because I understand like heartbreak, and I know how like, you try so hard to like someone that's so poison to you, and that's kind of what the episode is like, and it's just so like powerful, and that ending is just so much more powerful. Like they try to revive that ending scene with the ending clip after the credits to make you laugh.
Yeah.
But gosh, is that ending sad.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna ruin it. I mean, it just has suicide themes in it, and that just like, to see a character that's a main character and one that you've like bonded with so much through this whole season, you kind of like never expect him to be in such a dark state.
And I think that's what's great about the show. It just, every character has, there's so many layers to them, and it was the first time I think in the show you saw Rick in that state, a state where you thought like that he'd never get to. So I think that's what made it more impactful. I remember thinking like, holy, like I remember like it hit me.
You kind of paint Rick as this guy that's like doesn't care about anything, would give a less about if he's like in a relationship or like heartbroken or anything. He's always says to like Beth and Jerry, like, you guys being in a relationship is so dumb, like it's so
like,
stupid. Just get divorced already, we don't care. And then in this episode you're like, gosh, does he have, I think you said, Brandon, but like it humanizes him to an extent, because in the past you're kind of like, this is just some guy that's like nothing's ever gonna faze him. But this episode, you see it, like you're like, okay, this adds a whole new dimension.
And I think that's why the show is so successful, because they kind of bring in real life like a real life dysfunctional family,
Yeah.
and they kind of just put them in this situation where it's like intergalactic travel, which is stupid.
It's really out there, but
Yeah, it's
in
really
the
out
end,
there.
it hits home.
Yeah,
it really
it
does. I
does.
think that's why I love it.
It's like relatable in a weird way.
Yeah.
even though
To
it's,
so
like,
many different
completely-
people. Like, okay, you don't have dysfunctional family. Okay, well, how about like a relationship that's
Like
really
you-
dysfunctional? Or like, wait, how about like, I don't know, seeing like there's so many different aspects to this show where you kind of just like you could relate to it somehow. You need
Yeah.
to, and I just love that the writers, and I love the creators of Rick and Morty, like Justin Roiland
Yeah.
and the other guy, we don't know his name, but they're great. I've seen them in interviews and stuff. They seem really cool. Actually, one of our favorite YouTubers, H3, Ethan, he's best friends with the guy, Justin Roiland, and he always has him over, and like he was at the premiere for the season 3, and like they're really good friends, and I just feel like that shows so much to a creator of a show. Now you understand. Like after seeing interviews with him, you're kind of like, okay, now I understand how you made Rick and Morty and your other guy that created it. Is because they have like they're so like, I think you told me, but one of them struggles from alcoholism.
Oh yeah,
And
the guy.
Yeah,
who
and
hosts
like
Rick and Morty.
that shows a lot about like the show and exactly like what mindset they were in when they created
Oh,
it.
go ahead.
I don't want to stay too long on this because we have a lot of time
Yeah.
to talk about. But yeah, guys. So if you haven't seen Rick and Morty, watch it. At least the first episode, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Next topic would be the Thor trailer. So I like it so far. I like what I see. Like you said, I wasn't too big a fan of the Thor movies. Well, I'll be honest. The first one was a bit campy for me. The second one, I didn't watch it in its entirety, but from what I saw, I liked it. I can't give my full opinion on it. But this, it has that, like you said, that Guardians vibe to it.
It's
From,
really
like,
comical in a sense.
Yeah.
From the music to
I
the
like it.
animation, it looks
And
really
like
cool.
the line too, where he's like, "Oh, I know that guy from work," when he's about to fight.
It's like
what?
right. It's the right
Yeah.
kind of humor. It's done right. I
Yeah.
think.
I will say, the trailer definitely it left me with a lot of questions. One being, if you guys, I recently watched it again, and I didn't notice the first time, but there's this giant wolf that comes out in the trailer, and I believe his name it's Fenrir, because Fenrir is part of Norse mythology, and in that timeline or in those stories, Loki is actually his father.
Oh, okay.
So I'm curious if are they going to go that route, and if so, how are they going to go that route? So there's that left me with some questions. The horse, the hammer, because I'm not sure if it's the current issues, but Thor at one point has an axe. He no longer has the power of Thor, and I'm not sure. I don't know the whole lore behind that one.
Yeah.
But it begs the question that are they going to have the axe now? Where's this going? And I thought the last scene was really cool, where he's like consumed by lightning.
Yeah.
Because in every
and his eyes are white too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Now, he went like full Raiden at that point.
Yeah.
So. Because every previous movie, the lightning would always go to his hammer. It's like the hammer
You
was his
always had
power.
the hammer.
So
Always.
I'm curious how this is gonna go now.
Yeah.
If he's gonna become, I don't know if he's gonna become lightning, but he's just look cool, consumed in lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
I'm excited.
my favorite. I don't know if that was in the second trailer either, but I was already sold seeing the first trailer. I didn't want to
me
see the
too.
second trailer. It was like number 2, number 3 on trending on YouTube, and I was like, I'm already sold so much on that first trailer. Ever since because I think I said this before, but in every episode, in every Avengers or Marvel movie in the past, you always painted Thor as one with his hammer, and his hammer could never be destroyed, never be scratched. No one could ever wield it. I think in one of the Avengers, or I forgot what movie it was, where like they're all like in a like all the Avengers are in a like a
Yeah,
room,
trying to lift it.
and they're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
lift it, and like one I think Tony Stark, I don't know who, almost like grabs it, and then and then they're all like, oh whatever, like no one's ever like, and you're painted this persona of like Thor is one with his hammer, and the hammer's never gonna leave. And they literally open up the first trailer for this new Thor movie with the woman, I forgot her name, but she just
Hela.
she just like effortlessly breaks the hammer. Like he throws it at her, I think, and she just like puts her hand out and touches it, and it just like not only does it shatter, everything around him just like explodes. And then that's how they just open the trailer. And I was like, I'm sold. I want to see this movie so bad. I'm a pro like feminism, female
Yeah.
empowerment. So just seeing her like completely beat him to the ground was just
Yeah.
like, yes.
I think that was a good call for them too,
Mhm.
because it kind of like brings you in, and you're just like, you want to know more.
Yeah.
You want to know more.
You're like,
about the story.
who is this woman? Where did she come from?
Yeah.
And how did she kill, like, how did she break the hammer that we've been painted this, like, indestructible object?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, I know we're gonna bring up Justice League next, but so what's Marvel doing right that DC isn't doing? Because I mean, honestly, I'm not. I saw the latest trailer to Justice League, and I'm just. At first, I was excited, but this new one, I'm not on board anymore. Like, I'm gonna watch it. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I am.
Yeah.
But it's not there for me anymore. The
Yeah.
way the first Avengers was for me, I was hyped when I first saw that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think also, I'm probably answering my own question. A big factor to that was you had movies that came out prior to all these superheroes, and in Justice League, I mean, what did we have? We had for Superman, we had Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
At the very least, we should have got a Aquaman, yeah, Flash too, yeah. Cyborg, I would like to see a Cyborg movie, but I would have been okay just because Cyborg,
Yeah.
he's
Maybe
not like
if they
a
ever do
big
the
one.
Teen Titans, if they
Yeah.
ever do the
Dude,
Teen
okay, if they do
Titans.
the Teen Titans, I'm sorry, DC, if they butcher it,
God.
I will be like off the
Yeah.
DC ship entirely. Teen
Yeah.
Titans is my favorite.
Yeah. Well, we grew up watching Teen
Yeah.
Titans
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
so that's home to us. So they can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
If
they
you guys
know.
ever
They
do
know
Teen
too.
Titans-
Yeah, and apparently also the I heard the what do you call it? Suicide Squad was 2 was released. The trailer was released, and the villain's going to be Slade Wilson, who is a big part of the Teen Titans. That's Robin's arch nemesis. That would have been a perfect movie to do. Yeah, definitely.
Shows how Cyborg was before they picked him up for the Justice League.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good what do you call it? A good way to introduce him. But I don't know. It's just missed opportunities
Yeah.
in the DC universe.
Yeah.
So, and even in this new Justice League trailer, the main villain is. Does anybody know the main villain? At this
Nope.
point? It's supposed to be Steppenwolf, which is Darkseid's uncle. Darkseid is, well, I guess essentially, if you want to compare him to Thanos in DC, he's
Okay.
he's a powerhouse, and I feel like DC is using up all their powerhouse characters like right off from the beginning. Doomsday should not have been in Batman v Superman because that's one of Superman's like greatest villains of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I was hoping they'd go about that was when Superman was first released, I was hoping, okay, hopefully they make a part 2 with Lex Luthor and part 3 brings Doomsday. But no, they released
They,
had him
they
already.
morphed it, and it was so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
Lex Luthor could have been so much more. Like, he could have been they could have done so much more with him in that movie, but they didn't. Like, they did half, I feel like they did half Lex Luthor, and then after that they did the other enemy. What is he?
Doomsday?
Yeah, like, that's how they did it, right? Which was how it went
I
down?
think. Yeah, I'm honestly I need to rewatch it again, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Something
Lex
just-
Luthor at one point, he like falls or something, or like something, he like falls in the water, and then that's it, you're done. And then now it's the next enemy, and then now he has to defeat
Yeah,
him,
they-
and then Lex Luthor, doesn't he, there's a deleted scene where then the movie ends with Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
he's getting the powers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I feel like they really could have had a bigger battle with Lex Luthor.
Yeah, they
And I
just-
loved him. I loved the actor. After The Social Network, I loved him. So
Yeah.
he's just like,
They crammed too much in.
I don't know.
one
Okay, well, I first heard that there was rumored that Bryan Cranston was going to be Lex Luthor. That would have been so much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So Bryan Cranston, and I mean, I think there's still a possibility because supposedly Jesse Eisenberg was Lex Luthor Jr.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Okay.
there's
Oh,
still
yeah,
that's
I
right.
remember
Yeah, so
that,
there's
yeah.
still they can redeem themselves, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, he wasn't Lex Luthor. And like, going back to the whole powerhouse, characters. If we go back to the first Avengers, their main villain, the main villain was Loki, so which you had backstory to.
Yeah.
Here you have you watching, you're like, hey, if you don't know the comics,
Yeah.
you're like, who the hell's Wolverine? You
Exactly.
don't even know his name.
It's so
You're like,
sad.
like, who's this character?
Yeah.
So at this, you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, all these characters, the only backstory you really got to is Superman, who he's not going to be in the movie. Well, maybe at the end.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
they hinted at the end.
Yeah.
So you really only have a backstory to Wonder Woman and
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah.
It's so sad.
So you don't really care.
No, you don't.
To a point, to an extent, I don't.
Yeah.
These characters might die off, or something bad happen to them, and you're just like, okay, well, I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
So what's the point? And it's so sad. I think that's ties into your first question, which was like, what's wrong? What's DC not doing right? It's timing. It's pacing.
Yeah.
That's what they're not doing right. Like
It feels like playing catch up at this point.
like okay, we're getting Justice League in a short couple months, and after that, in a couple years after that or something, we're gonna get now the backstories for all these characters we already saw in Justice League.
Yeah.
Like no, like it should be how Marvel's done it. Where now we're seeing probably gonna see Infinity War, and what we're gonna see is all these characters that we've had like bonds with from past movies. We're gonna know each and every one of them. We're gonna know their backstories. And this Justice League, I'm sorry, but Wonder Woman's probably the only Superman, and Batman will probably be the only characters that I'll understand.
That's a Superman.
As someone as someone who doesn't not versed in comics, I'm sad. I might have to like do my research beforehand because I'm not going to know a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
In Justice League, and it's a shame.
Which kind of begs the question: why did DC jump on the movies when Iron Man first came out?
I feel like, well, at that point, also the Iron Man came out in 2008. The Dark Knight came out that year too.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Dark Knight was, I think, set the standard for the DC movies.
Yeah.
What they should have been. So when the trilogy was done, I was like, oh my god, if DC can replicate that in a cinematic universe, that'd be great. That'd be on point.
By then.
I was like, at the time, I was convinced that a DC cinematic universe would have trumped the Marvel universe. But no, at this point, it was just like they were playing catch up. I mean, you could argue that it was Christopher Nolan's take on it because he's a phenomenal director. But it's just they're trying to play
And
catch
not
up.
only is
And
it
there's no
catch-up,
story, no character development.
And what's sad is they're playing catch up. So in that sense, they're also rushing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Which might have been what happened with Suicide Squad. Which might have been what happened with Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
This is probably the side effect of what they're doing. They're trying to catch up on all these things that have already happened.
Yeah.
It's just
Which is sad as fans of these movies
of both.
because this is coming out of a business standpoint and not for a entertainment standpoint.
Suicide Squad, that was what was rumored with Suicide Squad, was that it was multiple executives complaining about whether it should be family friendly or like a dark, grim movie, which is what DC normally is all about. And that could be tied with the companies that they're affiliated with. And then also there's rumors of test audiences feeling that it was too dark. The first cut of the first edit cut of Suicide Squad.
I think it would have been better.
And if you see the marketing for that movie, the first trailer
is a lot darker.
Wow, is it dark?
Yeah.
You see, who is it? Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
That's in the. She like opens like with her like. It's a longer shot, obviously, of her like panning like of the water, and you could like see the the darkness in her eyes, and then you just see like the contrast is just like all the way down through the whole movie. Like you just see so much like decay, and all the text is just like black backgrounds, and it's like 2016 is when this movie comes out. There's no like crazy fireworks or green backgrounds and stuff, purple. That happened at the second trailer, and it's such a shame.
It is, because honestly, I feel like the more I saw, every trailer that came out, I cared to watch it less and less.
Yes,
By the end of it, I was like, I don't care to see this movie anymore.
It's like, it's gonna bomb. I was like, yep, I knew it.
I know to watch it. Yeah, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of the Joker. I mean, you can call it like, oh no, he's everyone's favorite. No, I genuinely like him because I think he challenges Batman's what do you call it? He challenges Batman's sanity in the sense that is Batman just as crazy as a Joker? Yeah. So I wanted to like Jared Leto. I really did. I couldn't make myself. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Back to the first trailer, there was more scenes with the Joker.
Yeah.
And that wasn't in the final movie, which is so sad. There was controvery around that too.
Yeah.
With Jared Leto.
Which sucks because he's a good actor, but it almost seems as if they wrote that part for him and he
couldn't even execute it.
He couldn't execute it, exactly. I feel like the same thing happened with Harley Quinn.
And it goes back to every trailer making me care less and less. The same thing with this Justice League trailer. The character that really had me interested in this new one was Flash, because we haven't seen him yet. And I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but I think it's Ezra Miller. I think he's a really good actor. So I want to see him as Flash. But this new trailer, I heard they pushed the humor in his character to where it fell flat to me. I'm like, why? Why would you say that? Why?
Yeah. I mean, I understand he's supposed to be a comical character.
Yeah.
Don't end
be a bit
it.
more witty and all that stuff.
Yeah, but don't end it
Say
like
that. Say that for the movie.
Say that for the movie. Cut to fade to black. Say the release date, and that's it. We'll be done. No, they had to just. I feel like this is Suicide Squad execution for one of the biggest productions of this company.
It doesn't help
sad.
too that DC has trained us to not know what to expect with their movies.
Yeah.
I know.
I told Jenny this when I saw Wonder Woman. Fire every director on every production. Have this woman run all of these movies. I don't care if Justice League is going to be pushed back till 2019, 2020. Have her direct everything.
Well,
because this was an amazing. That was an amazing movie.
Yeah, it was. But I think part of why that movie was so good was because it had a woman director.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't think that movie would have been as. I don't think it could have told that story. I don't think she could have. No one could have told Wonder Woman's story than a female.
If you're a
I
male,
thought it was
you
good.
care.
I think it was great.
Yeah,
it was okay. It was
whatever.
definitely. It was definitely the best. It was the best. It was the best DC
Can we
movie.
mute his
No,
mic?
it was the best DC movie. But that's not saying much. I'm sorry.
I think it's one of the best
I thought that
DC
movie was
movies.
It is, but that's not saying much.
Oh,
I
it's
did tell the
Nolan.
universe.
Better
No,
than
I'm not talking
Batman.
about any of the other DC movies.
Not the
I'm
Dark
just saying that
Knight,
movies that I
Yeah, it
really
was like
like.
best DC movie post Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
I'll give it that, definitely. It's not
Yeah,
a bad movie, but
I will
think
agree
it was
with
the
you,
greatest.
Brandon. The Batman trilogies are like the best from
Oh, yeah,
that
by
production.
far.
Yeah.
Especially the ones with Heath Ledger.
Oh, the second one.
That's
the
Yeah.
second one.
But again, going back to the Justice League, another scene that bothered me in that trailer was, I get it looked cool. Was Aquaman like doing that dive bomb? And, like, that's like.
I think
thought
they
that-
showed
I
a little
liked
too
that.
much.
That
They're
was
trying to
cool.
overhype it.
But it's like that's like a Superman move. I don't know. Show him like doing something with the water. Like I don't know, making it
Yeah.
turn away
Slam.
like sharks. I don't know, something.
I would
cool.
assume
Punch
like
a shark.
I thought he was gonna summon something like
Yeah,
you know.
I guess technically that was water. I guess was he surfing him? I guess is that what was going on?
guess so,
I don't
yeah.
know. I wasn't a big fan of it, but
That was the only part in the trailer that I was like, badass. That
I was kind of
cool.
expecting like him just to at least summon like something from the water, like you know if a bridge collapses, summon like an octopus, a giant squid or an octopus just to hold the bridge still. That would have been great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I would have felt about that. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the DC movies. So
I don't know. I'm
It's
hoping-
hard. It's hard because
for
we
the
could be
best, though.
saying all of this and then be blown away.
I don't
by
know. No,
Justice
definitely.
League.
I'm gonna watch the
It's
movie.
weird.
I am gonna watch it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to be optimistic about it. But it's just that's what I'm feeling right now. Like I said, when Suicide Squad came out, I was on board. I wanted to watch it. But it just I know I less and less. The more I saw the trailers, the less and less I cared to watch it. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting
Which is a
from this
shame.
DC
Yeah.
trailer. Or
That
this,
movie had potential.
Justice League.
I think that's part of why I liked Wonder Woman so much because I went in with like low expectations because I didn't know what to
Yeah,
think.
me too. I was like, okay.
But I walked out, I was like, oh, I love that.
It was
Oh,
good.
that was good.
Yeah, I don't know if
yeah.
it's just. I don't know if it's just because I was raised in a female dominated household, so I identify myself as a female. It's just I have so much respect for women, and I see them as like more heroic than men, honestly. So
Okay.
seeing this,
Bold statement.
yeah, I
Wow.
know.
That was a very bold statement.
I think our subscriber count just increased.
Yeah.
But seeing it was just seeing the Aztecs, right? Is that the Amazons?
The
Right?
Amazonians.
Yeah,
the
and like
Amazonians.
it's seeing that whole like fight scene with the little girls, and then she gets like trained and like beat down by that
Yeah.
that tall woman. I liked it a lot. It was awesome, and then the whole fight scene. It was kind of like what is it? Was it what's the movie where Wonder Woman was in it and she didn't come out till the end?
Oh, Batman v
Batman v
Superman.
Yeah, so that was awesome. So it was just like that awesomeness extended to like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That was
I will say definitely it's, and I can see why it got so much traction because, I mean, there are, female leads I think that are, where they're completely badass. I mean, going back from,
Oh, yeah, I
Ripley in
agree.
Aliens,
Yeah.
Sarah Connor in Terminator.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, really
Like
bad.
her.
Yeah, definitely. But as far as superheroes, I think back in before Wonder Woman, I think we had the Elektra movie, which I mean,
Yeah,
who
the
remembers
freaking
Elektra?
bomb.
Who remembers
Let's
Let's
Elektra?
not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
So I can see why. Yeah, I can
Cut
see why
that.
it made such a big impact.
Yeah.
So
And I don't think it hit a lot of people until they were watching the movie and they're like, wait, we didn't. I mean, the first real superhero movie was Iron Man, and and then Captain America. They were all men. So I think Wonder Woman was the first female superhero.
And not only
girls
that,
really
there was an
bought into
awesome
that.
female enemy in that movie. The woman that's a scientist.
Yeah, that was cool.
And she her
Oh,
mask,
yeah,
and
she
she's
was
like,
cool.
"Hi," like the whole time. I loved
Yeah.
her. I loved her, and she was like creating the gas, and her the guy with her, like they killed all the men in that room with the gas when they tested it out. That was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. If we can
Moving
move
on
on.
here.
Yeah. I think what do we have next? I think is it Stranger
Wow,
Things?
we really
So,
derailed
yeah,
from
we
that.
really did.
Why are we talking about a movie that already came out like a couple
No, I
months
mean
ago?
it's in relation
It's all about
to
DC.
the Justice League.
Yeah,
You know
moving on
what
to
they've
our
done
topic.
right, and then with this new trailer, what they've done right and done wrong.
Yeah.
So I mean, we derailed a little bit, but ultimately, it's I think still
Well, in a
part
way,
of the
we
same message.
really did it.
Yeah.
All these characters are going to be in this next movie, so
Yeah.
we should really expect a lot from all of them.
So, in relation to something that got really big and we weren't expecting it, Stranger Things trailer.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, when the first Stranger Things came
Yes!
out, it was just a name thrown out there. I remember kept hearing Stranger Things. Have you seen Stranger Things? No, I haven't. It's like, oh, it's on Netflix. You should watch it. It's really good. It's really good. So I
Yeah.
saw it kind of late, but it was
Me too.
really good.
I saw it late
yeah.
too.
It was really good.
I saw it like a couple weeks after.
Yeah.
I only saw it because you saw it and you were
Yeah.
like, Jen, you're like, just binge it. And I was
need
like,
to.
okay,
You need to.
it's good.
I remember I was on board. What do you call it? Well, I mean, the way it starts off. Hopefully, you guys have seen it already. But you know,
If you
just
haven't,
a guy, running
do it.
away from something. And I mean, just already that mystery. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God, what's he
and
running
it's like-
from? I'm already
yeah.
hooked. It's like 'cause I feel like.
And the camera's just following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of, especially newer movies now, they don't play that. They don't leave things to your imagination. They like to show everything.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
which why Jaws was so great.
yeah.
They played it to the imagination. It was first person
I
point
was
of view.
scared they were
Yeah.
going to do that with this movie. I was like, they're not going to show anything. It's
With
Yeah.
Stranger Things?
Yeah, Stranger
Oh, okay.
Things.
No, I felt like we were gonna see this monster, but not till the end. But I still like the whole play to the imagination. So that was cool. Then the kids are all playing D&D, which I had recently just
Yeah.
played D&D. I'm like, oh my God, I know
It's
this
fun.
stuff.
Yeah.
I know how this plays out. That's awesome. That's really cool. So, but this new trailer, I like how they opened with it. Is it Dragon's Lair?
Yeah, Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I don't know if you guys have played it, but that is like probably the first. I don't know if you want to call it, not even open world, but choice-based game because it's almost like it's a cartoon. It's almost like a movie, but
Okay.
you go in different rooms and different things happen. Whether it be the floor opening, a wall coming down, you have to like maneuver yourself.
Okay.
And if you don't, there's just a little animation where you die and you start all over. So I mean, the game was. I'd imagine when it came out, it was really revolutionary. So that was cool. They have a little, pay homage to that.
Yeah.
But as far as the story goes, man, I don't know. I don't know what to think with this one.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the whole Halloween theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They're-
cool. Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
like
Can
that.
we just talk about that intro to the show with the text, like all the?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's actual. What you're seeing there is actual like film. They're
Yeah.
recording
Oh,
that.
really?
I-
Wow.
Yeah, it's an old way that they used to film
intros.
film intros back then because they didn't have like digital software to create such like smooth films. So what they literally did was put a sensor behind like glass, and then they made these huge cuts of like the text on like I want to say it's like what film is developed on.
Yeah.
They made like an outline of Stranger Things, and they just like turned it like on a table with all that text. So that's why it looks so rich, and then they enhanced it with like digitally. And it's like you said, it's like paying homage to all these old things that
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Like it's such like, and it also is related to when it's based in. It's based like in the 90s, 80s.
I think
right?
like
Yeah.
80s,
It's
80s,
yeah.
because I mean there was
MK
Ghostbusters.
Ultra and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was like just coming out.
I love the music in that show.
Oh my god, it's so
I was
good.
like, and when I heard the Michael Jackson music, yes, okay, I'm sold.
Yes,
They're playing
I
Michael
was
Jackson
sure.
music.
I
I'm
was
sold.
like,
I'm sold.
yeah.
And
I
then, like
was
the
just-
narration is like,
and
yes, I'm sold. I'm
Yes.
gonna watch season 2 now.
And
Yeah.
it's almost like a remix, right? Like
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
well, it's like
remix.
instrumental at one point, and then
Instrumental.
you hear a little bit of his voice, and then it goes back to instrumental.
I liked it. Yeah,
I
cool.
just, yeah, sorry.
So the show, it always played on the factor that the Upside Down is a world within our world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that? I mean, I saw the season once, and I'm trying to like refresh my memory.
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
basically
thing.
it.
Okay, that's
It's exactly like our world, except just like things are, whatever's happening in that world is like,
It's
everything's like deteriorated
Yeah.
and just like
Yeah.
covered in like goo or whatever.
I remember I was like, oh my God, when Will goes out the I guess the arcade, and there's that giant
Yes,
creature.
it's
I'm
like a
I'm
spider.
oh my, that's like the thing of
Yes.
nightmares. I'm like, that is really cool.
Oh, and then I don't know if you caught this. This is just my weird mind of like how things are shot. if you hear the kid that says like Will to wake him up or whatever to snap out of it, it's like so. If you really focus on that one part when he says Will, the beginning of like the Will is like it's like it has like 3 cuts. It's like Will, like it's just like he's like so like he was already like kind of in this world in this trance, and then you just know. And also the end of the first season's kind of like you already know what's gonna happen. He's like spitting out this gunk from his mouth, and he's like freaking out, and then you're like, oh, okay, he's gonna go back.
It's not over.
Yeah,
It's like, no.
it's awesome. And the way that ends too, it's like he's in the mirror, and then it's like it goes back from the mirror in the window, and then it just like the camera just goes all the way like outside of the town, and then it just ends like that. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
I think season 2 is gonna be what we want to see it from a season 2. Like it's gonna be bigger and better, and it's gonna be cool.
I'll have to make a really disgusted joke.
They've already showed the titles of all the episodes already.
Oh really?
Oh, have they?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I
wow.
think I forgot where, but apparently they already showed all the episode titles, and so there's 3 new characters too. So there's one called Max, one named Billy, I think, and then the third one is Roman.
I think if you saw the teaser for the 2nd season, it's kind of like the intro, but just like the new characters that are going to be introduced. And I think I saw, I forgot what it is, Max or whatever.
Yeah, Max.
in that scene.
And here's the funny thing: the episode 1 title for the episode is called Mad Max, and so it's like,
Oh, nice.
so I don't know, who knows what this new character might be or something like that.
I want to know the name of that creepy spider that's like in the sky. It looks creepy. You have to. I was gonna say this earlier. You have to understand this is groundbreaking. If this was another if this was another show made by Fox, we'd I guess lower down our standards a bit.
It's like it's Netflix,
This
right?
is a Netflix created show.
Mm-hmm.
People that probably weren't even that versed in the film industry or something came together in an office at Netflix's headquarters and was just like, hey, let's pitch this idea and then let's just execute it and let's see where it goes. Let's hire like some like production companies, see where this goes. Like I think that's what makes it so great.
Yeah, and it all goes back to, guys, it's story. Yeah. I mean, granted, I'm sure they got their their budget, but I mean, it's not about the biggest company. Because I mean, if that were the case, the rich would always win. Yeah. But no, it's story is key, and that's what's so. This story just brings you into their world. Yeah. And that's why it's groundbreaking. I think. That first season was. I was hooked. I think I binged as much as I could.
I was scared about the first episode. I was like, I don't know if I'm like completely sold on the fact that I'm going to be watching an entire season of just kid actors. Yeah. Like I don't know if it's just me hating children, but I was like, I really don't like seeing children actors. The cringy. I was like they probably just hired these kids. I know. Actors, I was like, they probably just hired these kids, not even knowing like how they acted. And I'm just like, man, it's gonna suck so much.
They're good,
and then I'm like,
likable.
then I'm like, wait, I relate with these like characters that are like 1/4
I was just gonna bring you to that. I think the fact that they're nerdy. I think you can kind of relate to that.
And it's like different.
Was I like that back then? Yeah. It's like, was I like that geeky nerd that loved playing video games and D&D?
Am I still
that kid inside me?
I still sometimes play D&D whenever I can.
Yeah. It's great.
I was watching interviews with those kids, and I don't even think they knew the popularity of that show. Like they had no idea.
Well, I mean, how can you? I mean, yeah, even like if you go back to Star Wars, I'm sure they didn't think, oh my God, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. I'm sure none of them. God. Even I'm sure George Lucas himself didn't know the magnitude Star Wars would become. So I mean, I think it goes for anything.
Yeah. So it's cool.
I'm really excited for this next season. I really am.
We all know Elle's gonna come back. She wants those Eggo waffles.
Yes, she needs to find a new way to get those Eggos.
I was curious how, because the first season it ends where the officer he
leaves the food out. Yeah, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, how would this play out? Like,
did he already meet her? Did
exactly.
He made an agreement?
Like, why is he keeping this to himself? Yeah. But
probably because he knows the MK Ultra, whatever those people. That electric company or whatever
it's called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He probably knows they're still out there. Mm-hmm. They didn't get rid of all of them. I'm sure they have higher ups in other states that are probably going to come in and try to take her again. Mm-hmm. Which I love that whole like mysterious like, the energy company and like their, in one side you're kind of thinking, okay, they're doing all this research for like other things, but then you go into like I love that scene when the sheriff goes inside and like breaks in and he sees exactly what they're doing and they're like experimenting on like the brain and they're like going into that other world. They have that portal and the son of the main guy goes in and he like, what is he? They pull back out the string and it's just like his heart or something like that. I forgot what exactly.
I know like, they don't bring him out.
Yeah, they don't bring him out. It's just like blood and they're like, what's happening? And then he's like, perfect. And I'm just like, okay, he's insane. I love this character. I love the old man. He's so he's a horrible person, but like, you know, he's just like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, I think it's funny how the audience fell in love with Barb.
Yes, I know
that's
too.
just like one of those characters where it might not have been written that she was going to come back, but I kind of hope they bring her back because everybody
they're
liked
not.
Hello? I know, but there's kind of like theories
the
that
scene with
I
her
don't think
and like
she's
the
coming back.
maggots are coming out of her mouth and she's just completely like...
isn't Barb gone?
Oh, not that she was going to come back, but that she was going to eventually turn into like an enemy and come back.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Barb. She tried so hard to like smack the stupid out of that like idiot girl, and she's just like, I just want to have sex with everyone. I don't know what the problem is. And I'm just like, no,
listen to Barb.
Listen to Barb. Damn it. Come on. Why don't you have sex with Barb? But no, I felt so bad for. She tried so hard, and then she went out to the pool and she was just like. None of my friends are listening to me. I guess she's getting like raped right now because she's like drunk, and then she ends up like getting sucked into the upside down, which I never expected.
Yeah, if anything, you're like, whoa, anyone could have got sucked to the upside down. I would have cared. You got to take Barb. Why don't you take Barb?
Like why? She's so innocent.
Like, don't take Barb. Please don't take Barb.
She's the virgin. She shouldn't die.
That's not how the horror movies are. The virgin's always the one to survive.
The reverse. She goes home, and then the girl that is saying she's wrong dies.
Okay.
Great show. Watch
Great
it.
show, yes,
Watch
guys,
it on
you
have to
Netflix.
watch it, please.
Start your 30
Yeah.
free. We're like marketing it. Start your 30-day free trial.
Not sponsored by Netflix. By the way.
Netflix.com/formation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
speaking
big
of the
trailer,
80s,
yeah.
yes, Ready Player One.
Yes!
Have you guys seen that? Yes.
If you have not seen the trailer, just watch it. It's amazing.
It's
beautiful.
I did my research on it, and apparently it's a book that came out back in 2011. I never heard of it. I didn't even know it was a book. But I'm interested. I wanted to read it now. So what I read was the backstory on this. It's the year it takes place is 2044, and the world is just there's pollution, there's war. It's I guess how you can argue that society is going that way
and
now.
how do you
so people escape that reality through this virtual world, which again you can say you can argue that it's like where society is going now. And what I read was, because if you watch the trailer, you see so many Easter eggs to 80s pop culture. And I heard that in the book, the creator of this virtual world, he was an 80s kid. So he was he was a huge fan of 80s pop culture.
That makes sense.
So you see, that's why you see things like the DeLorean. You see Freddy Krueger at one point.
You see Duke Nukem. No, Duke Nukem. Wait, was it Duke Nukem?
Is it Duke Nukem?
I
don't know.
I see someone holding a bazooka, or was it the Doom guy?
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I love that.
What is it called?
Actually, no,
the light cycle.
Actually, no, that wasn't from Tron. That was from Akira. That Japanese movie.
Oh,
that's why you see the Atari emblem on it. It's like
That's awesome.
It's like Akira.
And I think we're forgetting something. The Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant.
Can we? I just by seeing that character, I want to just curl up in a ball and cry.
If you saw that one part where they're walking in, you see Harley Quinn and Slade just walking.
Yeah, I didn't see. I heard about that. I didn't see it. I need to go back and watch that.
If you just go to the comment section, it's just like timestamps or like freeze here. Look at the bottom right corner, and I'll like draw a circle around it just so you can see it. I'm just like, wow, people are just so invested.
Yeah, and apparently I want to try this. Apparently I heard there's one part where I don't know if you guys remember. There's that giant monster truck with like the saws on it.
Yes.
There's a QR code. Yeah. If you freeze it, I forgot where it takes you, but it's a QR code. It takes you, I guess, to like their page. I'm like, that is so cool.
To put that much effort into just a trailer, like these people are like invested in this film. Like I'm so excited.
I've heard that people were upset about it because the book is super detailed, and so. I don't understand why people would be upset because the trailer has
so
a lot of Easter eggs.
And that's why I want to read it, because I mean a big argument you hear is when people read the book before the movie, like, oh, the book is so much better because you have your imagination runs wild. Well, I mean, this movie is so just visually exhilarating that I'm thinking, okay, I want to see it because now I feel like this would portray what my thoughts would be of this movie. If, this wild ride of just things, 80s pop culture meshing together. Which is why I was interested. I was like, why are these things together? But I mean, now you're reading back, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks really
It's
cool.
a hit or miss. Like, and I feel like that goes for all movies based on, I don't know, any kind of artwork or stuff. Like, let's just throw a name out. Ghost in the Shell was such a disappointment because, like, you know, it started as a manga, which I read and I loved it, and then I saw the film that was made back in like the 90s, I think, and that was
the 2000 series.
yeah,
I watched
yeah,
that one.
and that was awesome. And then this new, it's just Hollywood butchering an entire series, and it's so sad. So this, I feel that people that are complaining about detail, like, hello, watch the trailer. See everyone in the comments trying to like see different parts of the trailer that have so much like detail in it. Like, obviously this movie is gonna have like potential.
And I think we're also, I feel like everyone's forgetting. Okay, guys, Steven Spielberg. Are we forgetting Steven Spielberg?
Can we just trust Steven Spielberg with this movie?
So
When has he messed something up?
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many. Okay. E.T., Jaws, Jurassic Park. There's so many like revolutionary movies he's done. Not only that, but I feel Steven Spielberg himself is a product of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's no other better director
He's old.
than Steven Spielberg to direct this movie. What?
No, I'm just laughing because. Never mind, just go.
He's old.
Exactly, yeah.
He's just an
With his
old
movies,
man.
yeah.
Of course he's gonna be good at this. If some like girl walks up to him in the production set, she's like, "Excuse me, I want to change my line." So just like get the hell out. Like back in my day, we didn't even pay you people, you know. So like I feel like he'd be awesome directing this film. He knows he knows his stuff. If some like 20-year-old that wasn't even born in that era just like tried to film this, like come on, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
No.
I think I'm very happy about
Like I said, I saw the trailer and Steven Spielberg's name, and I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I think I even told you, I'm like, I saw it, and I was like, have you seen Steven Spielberg's new movie? And she had, and I'm like, watch this.
And then we watched it like 5 times that one day.
We're just trying to catch what else we missed.
There was so much stuff in it that we missed.
Was it Steven? I don't know. I'm derailing. Did Steven Spielberg direct Halo Nightfall?
No, it was
I wouldn't know.
It was some old guy.
I think it was Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. Okay, never mind. Okay, I was about to be like, maybe he did mess up somewhere.
No, that was Ridley Scott. Don't blame
Never mind.
Ridley
Yeah.
Ridley Scott's known for those like space movies.
Yeah.
He did the aliens and whatnot. So.
God, did they mess up on that series, Halo Nightfall?
Oh, yeah.
They messed up.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, that's
we'll
for
save that
a
for-
Halo only.
We'll
podcast.
do a Halo only
We'll
podcast.
do a video game thing one of these days.
Or like video game film adaptions.
Yeah.
Because that's just one of the many Halo films and adaptions.
Which going back to Ready Player One being a film, a book based off a film. I remember watching what do you call it? Someone was saying that they feel like the book is about to expire, and by that by the meaning of that is the book. It's not that old. It came out in 2011. I'm like, wow, that's.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, it's not an old book at all.
Why would they say that?
Yeah, no. Well, this is why.
Millennials.
They feel it's gonna expire because whenever someone says, "Hey, have you ever seen or read Player One?" Like, oh, you're gonna think Ready Player One, the movie, not the book. And I feel like it's from what I hear, it's a really good book. Well, I mean, it's a hit and miss for some people, but it's a good sci-fi book.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
So yeah, I get where they're coming from. So I really do want to try to read the book before I watch the movie.
I want
Audible.
to too. I was just telling you.
Audible?
I can't read. So I can't read books.
I don't like Audible.
You need help if you like reading books.
I
joking.
feel like
Sorry, I'm being a millennial for a second.
I'm doing college. I read like a play every week or two, man.
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
worry.
Audible kind of reads it to you, and you interpret it from the way they're saying it.
Yeah, I
to
feel
you.
like it leaves
You
your
have to-
imagination if
yeah.
you read it.
No, I'm okay.
Right?
No, I'm not reading.
No, Audible.
I'm not reading. I've never read in my life. I'm in an Audible. Thank you.
Okay.
Even in school, I didn't read books. It was Audible.
Oh.
Literally, teachers would play Audible.
They should do casting
Oh,
calls
wow.
for when they do audiobooks. They should do casting calls like who's gonna narrate.
Yeah.
this.
Well,
Morgan
I
Freeman,
guess-
every
Right.
book.
There's some great Audibles. Audible where they'll hire certain people to do certain parts that where they auditioned for that one part, and the author has to sign off on it. It's really cool.
I did an Audible for the first 50 Shades book. And
Oh,
it was
really?
so awkward.
Did you get some?
Okay, I was gonna say. So you did one you read.
I know. I was about to say that. I was
read the book.
You
You're
can't.
like, why would I heard of
Why
you?
would you
can't
read the
do
book?
that, and you
Let me
can't
hear.
get.
I've never read it, but let me hear this Audible.
I just imagine you in a room with a belt, and you're like, yes, Christian.
And she took
making the sound.
and she took the anal bead.
And she took the anal beads. Oops.
Yeah.
No, you heard the audible.
I heard
to be
the
clear.
audible.
Okay.
Yes, I heard
Okay.
it. I did not read it.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was awkward.
Well, I like
Well,
awkward. I like
It
awkward.
was a little weird.
You know what I'd love to hear read the audible? I remember, I forgot what show it was, but someone made Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes!
That show's great. If you guys don't know who Gilbert Godfrey is, he is the voice of Yago.
From Aladdin.
Yes,
And
so,
in
yeah,
cyberspace as
so
well.
imagine him, that voice, reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
Yes, it was
stop.
the best thing ever. I was like, I would listen to the books. I mean, I can't vouch for it. It sounds terrible to me, but I would listen
But
to
just
that. I would
hearing it,
listen to that
that's
audible.
enough.
Yes, I would listen to
I
that
will
audible.
pay hard my
to hear
cash
Gilbert
to hear.
Godfrey read 50 Shades of
I
Grey.
do
I
actually.
heard the second and third one.
To go back to that imagination thing, I do agree. It's hard to imagine something and then see a film, and you're like, that's nothing what I expected. Like, I think one example was, I don't know if you read it, or seen the movie, because that's too. The Giver.
You know, I read part of the Giver.
Yeah, in my
I like The
head,
Giver.
I made it so much more sophisticated. I put so much more, like, work into, like, the architecture of the city and how everything worked. And I read it in school like 3 times too. So I was just like so invested in this book, and I was fine without having to see a movie about it. God, did the movie suck?
Yeah.
Like that movie was
That's
just
true.
horrible. They had just horrible acting. Meryl Streep was in it, and she was just like horrible
Yeah,
too.
well, yeah, it didn't
was,
catch my attention. I didn't bother, guys. It didn't catch my
Yeah,
attention.
it was. Yeah.
It was
But
so
wait,
sad because the book is so good. They had-
it's so
they had a
amazing.
great
Yeah.
story to
You know,
tell.
and it's just what I love,
Built.
totalitarianism. You can't think on your
If you-
own. Every kind of movie, any kind of book that's like that. What other book is it? A Brave New World. Beautiful, amazing books that I love, and I will read them with my eyes. But I definitely, I'm happy that A Brave New World isn't a movie.
I was like, how else are you gonna read?
Well, I meant like reading it without hearing it, but it sounded out.
You're gonna read the audible.
I would never
Read the audible
ingest a
out.
book.
Read it with my face.
Read it with my fingers.
Just gonna smell.
Braille.
Okay,
I'm
swipe.
Ellen Keller.
Yeah.
No.
On topic of books, if you guys haven't read this book, there's a book called The Night Circus.
Okay.
I read back in college. Really good book. That is one movie if they ever made a movie out of it,
Yeah.
I would like be on board with it. I would hope they get right. It's to break it down. It's a circus. These people have gifts, and that's all I'm gonna leave to it because it's I don't want to leave too much
Yeah.
or
You know
spoil
what we
it,
should
but it's
do?
really good.
We should all read Ready Player One and kind of have like before
Yeah.
and after thoughts.
Yes.
Before movie, after movie.
Like,
We should
let's do
that.
book club.
Book club podcast.
Book club.
That
when
exists, right?
I think so. Oprah made it.
Yeah.
But
we could do that.
If
yeah,
I
I
hope
think,
made it. It's
I hope
approved,
this
yeah.
movie,
exactly.
it's too much to digest, basically. There's so much
There's
in
a lot
that
going
trailer.
on, yes.
I'm scared that we're just going to get lost. But I see potential in the fact that I'm seeing so many familiar characters, kind of. It's like the Avengers we all wanted, like our selected few characters from different universes.
It's almost like
and
playing,
then just, like,
being a
play.
kid again and playing with characters that were from completely different universes.
You know, it's kind of like
See them
Nickelodeon when they would
interact with
do
each
like Jimmy Neutron goes to
Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you're like, yes! How did I not live with this?
I have high hopes for this. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to go in
really
and
excited.
just,
It's in
just
good
like
hands,
be
I
like
think.
be
Yeah.
like, oh, there's I know that one, I know that one.
I feel like
So-
that's be a movie you're gonna want to watch over and over again. It's still gonna be fun because it's probably gonna have a whole bunch of Easter eggs.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, if you haven't seen it or read it, sure, we're gonna read it.
Woo!
Ready Player One. Watch the trailer, and
Do we
hopefully
have a
that'll
release
keep you
date for that?
interested. What?
Do we have a release date for that one?
2018.
I just
something.
heard
Yeah.
2018. So there's plenty of time to read
Yeah,
it.
and please take your time. If you have to delay it, please. Like, I want to be thoroughly impressed with this film, so please.
I've heard they were working on this film for a long time already.
I can see
I've heard
why.
that they've been working on the script for years.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So something
next
controversial.
topic- Yep. Ready? Next topic. Okay, guys. Next topic. I'm gonna be covering this at the beginning, but
Let me
we're gonna
clean-
talk about the leaked trailer for the new Avengers: Infinity War. So, if you
Yeah.
guys, if you guys don't want to hear about this, we'll leave timestamps so you can skip it.
Skip.
If you want to hear about it, stay tuned. And okay, now we're starting. Wow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
Wow, let me change my pants.
Yeah. For real, okay,
And
so-
let me go to a church because wow, was that amazing.
Yeah.
And then I think we should just backstory. Where was this shown? D23?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Disney's way of like, I guess it's like an E3 basically
Just
for
for
all,
Disney.
for all
Yeah.
the films that are going to come out with Disney. We got
Yeah.
some stuff from, we got the next, what is
We
it?
got some casting for
Um,
the Lion King.
No, I don't
Kingdom
I don't-
Hearts
I don't-
3?
Come on, it's like they're going. No, the video game. Then they go. They're like in a simulation inside of a. Come on, why am I?
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Ralph breaks the internet.
Yeah.
Horrible name. It would have been better if they would have said Ralph wrecks the internet. That would have been awesome.
Hey,
but
yeah.
whatever. I'm excited. They did like a 15-second trailer for that. It was very simple. They just went from an outlet kind of to the digital
Like a
sector.
teaser?
Yeah, and it was a very easy thing. But no, that was really interesting. A lot of other interesting stuff happened at D23. I definitely want to go next year to D23 because that is a consumer. You can go there,
Yeah.
not being part of the press or anything like with E3. And I mean, it's really expensive, but come on, so is E3.
Yeah.
Okay, back to
Going back
Avengers.
really quick
Yeah,
to
so
the
that's
trailer.
what I wanted. I just
Avengers.
I just knew
Avengers.
so much stuff happened at
Before,
D23.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody saw the actual video of the teaser that the guy recorded, but
Which he's probably in jail
everybody,
now.
the crowd
Went
lost
crazy.
it.
So the way it started,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it, the way it starts off is you're open to the Guardians of the Galaxy in space, and Thor winds up on their windshield.
Yeah.
So it probably takes place. So I'm hoping the new Thor will, if it ends like that, if it doesn't end like that, the after credits maybe ending like that, where he meets the Guardians. But he looks defeated, and
Yeah.
he wakes up. He tells them something's wrong. Something's wrong. And you just start seeing all of them. You see Spider-Man, like his hair's, sticking up. So I don't know if that's his
Oh,
spider
he's getting like
sense.
the Spidey sense.
I think it's the spider sense. You see him look out, at the bus, and like, oh, I got Spider-Man.
You see
And
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange come out. It's just to see them all. You've
How
seen all these
weird.
characters, but to see them all together,
How weird.
it's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
And you see the big baddie himself come out. You see Thanos come
Thanos.
out.
It was
it's like
this
this is
was
the guy.
lost it.
This
It
is
was
the
like,
You know
guy.
what this is? This is Avengers, in a sense, right? It's Avengers 2.0 with all of these new characters that we just got introduced after the first Avengers movie, combined with those original Avengers to just make one, like it is, like just a super movie of just all of these characters that we have so much we've invested
Yes,
so much
yes,
into.
What
exactly.
Justice League should have been.
Yeah.
And that, and
Okay,
again,
let's
going
calm
back
down.
to this is why we're so hyped for it. These are characters we've gotten backstory for.
Spider-Man!
We care for
Come
these
on.
characters now.
Not even backstory. We've had sequels. We've
Ex-
had
yes,
we've really
reboots.
connected,
We've-
which
yeah.
worries me because you had brought this up.
Okay.
That's you feel. I feel like. I mean, we can say this, right? Because we're just
Yeah,
shooting.
this is just
shot in the
thoughts.
dark here.
Yes.
But people might die.
I feel like
and
you're
I
gonna
feel-
die.
They said it's it's gonna be a very dark film. That's what lots of the actors
That's
have
what
been
they say
saying.
about Civil War. No one died.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna be
no,
so dark.
Well, I
Nothing
mean, in
happens.
Civil War, I believe it's Captain America who dies in the comic, but I think they want to say. Honestly, I think he's gonna die in Infinity War,
Yeah.
and I would think that's why they're saving it for that
We
movie.
already know Vision's.
Which-
more than
I feel
likely
like
gonna die
Vision also
because-
is gonna die because
Oh,
no.
the Joel is part of the Infinity
Wait,
Stones.
first of all, I'm fine with Vision dying. After seeing what he did in what is the movie?
Civil War?
Civil War, freaking shooting one of my favorite characters in the chest. What's his name?
Rhodey.
Yeah, War
Rhodey.
Machine.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, I don't know. Rhodey was the throwback. Rhodey changed actors twice because of this weird story that happened with the first actor that wanted like
More
just
money.
as much money as Tony Stark's
Yeah.
character. Anyways, whatever. Yes, he's being a total and like one of my favorite female characters in that film, which is what's her
Scarlet
name?
Witch.
Scarlet Witch. He's trying to like shelter her and tell her not to leave, and she's like, "I want to do what I want to do."
That was for the best, though. I think.
Oh well,
He was trying
that's
to protect her.
debatable.
Well,
But
'cause in
anyway.
the comics, they're love interests.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Well, he's
trying to
just
protect her.
he's literally just OS. He's just software made into a human, right? That's basically what his character is. So I'm fine with him dying. I don't care.
Yeah. But Captain America. Okay. Also, going back to Captain America, I'm not the biggest Captain America fan by no means. I will say I think the movies have gotten better. Part 2 is definitely better than Part 1, and I thought Part 3 was amazing. I know we've had our differences
Yes.
on that, but I think Civil War is the best Marvel movie so far.
Okay,
Captain
calm
America
down.
comes
I
out
liked
with
Winter
a
Soldier
beard.
Yeah, I
with a
liked Winter
beard.
Soldier better.
He looks so. I'm not gonna lie, man crush right there. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. I was
think
like,
it's so,
that
like-
looks so
I want
cool.
his beard.
It's so not like his character too, because he's
Exactly,
always
yeah.
so clean cut and he's,
Yeah.
I
you
think
know.
he's
And
like.
now he's, like,
at this point, he's
dirty.
like worn out. He's like.
It's like, yeah, I want to take you like a
he's like-
shower.
he's
My
like-
beard doesn't matter now. This matters. The big,
Yeah.
saving the world matters more than my beard.
much.
Wait, so who's gonna die?
Okay, personally,
know. We're
I
just kinda
feel.
making
Oh, you
guesses.
who's like guessing?
I feel
who's
like
gonna
the
die?
original Avengers are.
Oh
feel,
no!
I feel like Captain America. Because in the
Black
comics,
Widow.
maybe not Black Widow, but I feel like Captain America will die
He has
because in the
to.
comics,
He's been asleep for like hundreds of years.
the Winter Soldier, Rhodey, no, not Rhodey, Bucky.
There you go.
Becomes Captain America. And I think
Oh.
as right now, Falcon is Captain America.
Yeah.
I feel like Iron Man, maybe. I hope not. Maybe I feel like
How?
maybe Thor.
Robert Downey Jr. just brings the party.
He does, but I mean, these guys also they're getting like
Old.
I think they're
wanna
starting to get
pass
sick
the
tired
role.
of it.
I think
Yeah.
I think the way this is gonna end is they're gonna pass the torch. and
Yeah,
probably-
to the new characters
yeah,
that have been
exactly.
introduced
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the Avengers.
I feel like but the new ones I feel like Doctor Strange is safe, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, speaking of oh my God, the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah.
That was
yes.
like I want that suit.
It looks
I knew it.
The
I know
gold,
he's gonna get
the
that
gold red like trimmings and just
the gold
like
trimmings.
it's so beautiful. And we just saw a glimpse of it in the Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
that just came out,
Yeah.
Homecoming. It's just awesome. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see like him in his full potential because what we saw in Homecoming was just a kid like adjusting
Yeah.
to this new lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and thankfully in this film, hopefully he'll be past high school. He'll be graduated.
I mean, he's still in the bus on the
Yeah.
scene.
Oh, really?
He's
He's
probably
still in
high
high
school.
yeah,
But
I
this
don't know.
calls for this is for
This
the better
calls
good.
for-
Yes,
yeah.
Thanos
Yeah.
calls for the better good.
You need to graduate. What if his mom
Yeah.
was just like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I don't care if all of human race and this whole galaxies are relating to this. I don't
Going
care.
to school.
Yeah.
We're going to school
But-
getting an A.
And then going back to the characters, there's one part I don't know if it died, but you see him crushing Thor's head.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is Thor gonna go? So I don't know.
We
And
also don't know too what's happening between the first and the second movie, or if it's gonna be like directly. The second part is gonna be directly after the first movie ends.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Don't
kind
know
of
too
know
much yet.
timeline.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
kinda-
yeah.
I'm gonna. I mean, it's been a while since I've checked. I'm not gonna spoil any names, but when I first read it, because I saw on IMDb, you can see the cast of the movies. Some characters aren't in the cast for the second movie.
Really?
Oh no.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's been
I
updated.
kinda don't
If-
wanna-
if-
they
yeah, don't do
should.
it. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
look at
IMDb
it.
should shut down their site, take off those listings, and like
Yes.
kill anyone that's read it or anything. Because wow, that's just a that's just a
Again,
spoiler.
this was a while back, so
Yeah.
it might have updated.
Well,
but
also
I don't know.
rewrites happen, reshoots happen. This film,
The second part.
this
yeah.
trailer is in such is so early too. Like
Yeah.
this trailer is just so. That's probably the reason why it's not anywhere online
and
or
I've
anything.
heard that trailer isn't even going to be released in theaters.
It might
Yeah,
not
it's
be,
not.
yeah.
That's not gonna be the
And you
actual
know,
trailer.
past D23 conventions and stuff, trailers that have been shown for the first Avengers films and earlier productions since years before, wow, were they completely different
Yeah.
from what we saw, and
Yeah.
wow, were they like the CGI and everything was just a lot different.
It is.
So
yeah.
if anything, this could be just like something to keep the fans
More or
quiet.
less like
It
sort
is,
of like
yeah.
a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course at the end, I like you get to see a quick glimpse of the power of the Infinity Gauntlet. He just
Yes, you just
punches
yeah.
like there's the meteors come down. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the big baddie. This is I am pumped for this. I am honestly I'm really excited.
Have all of you seen one of the first glimpses of this production of there was an earlier showing at a past D23
Yeah.
of this and all you saw was
teaser.
just like a lot of blurred shots and then you just saw like the
meteor?
Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you just see it clench and then
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. I saw.
And
I
that
saw
was
some of
awesome,
those.
just to see
I
it
saw
close
those
up.
trying to find this current one we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
We're
we're
running
I
out
think,
of
yeah
time,
running
right?
out of time right now, guys.
It's gonna be amazing. I mean, it's Marvel.
Yes,
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's just
Just
it
be
is
ready
gonna be.
for lots
So-
of crying, take
Yeah.
tissues.
Before we close up here, I just want to mention that we are now on iTunes. So if you prefer to just listen to the audio instead of watching us talking, you can check that out.
Yeah, I think
And
you
also-
can add the link on
Yeah.
here.
I
to the
don't think we
description.
said it, but Kyle's new to this podcast. He was our
I was
past-
behind the
Yeah,
monitor
on the first
last
one.
time.
Mhm.
So we're
He was
gonna
teased
occasionally
last time.
alternate people.
have guests.
Yep. But also, guys, again, before we go, just remember we have the raffle going on.
It's I don't want to market it again like I did last time, but this is I love this thing.
Great piece-
I saw
yeah.
so
Yes,
many
nice.
people at E3 using them to make their own podcasts at tables. This just shows that you could really just start your own podcast virtually anywhere. It was
Yeah,
such a small.
all you would need is a mic with an XLR.
Yeah.
I want
That's
one.
pretty much it. I know. Can I enter the giveaway?
Can I
No,
enter? I'm
no.
curious.
Can we
Okay, guys.
just, like-
Yeah, so remember, subscribe. Make sure your subscribe settings aren't set to private so we can see you and be on a fair raffle.
Uh-huh.
That being said, guys, I guess we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for
See ya.
listening, watching.
Bye.
Bye.